Inventory is dropping, sales are up, and rates are coming down? Let's break down what this means for the Great Falls market now on the Foundation Report. I'm Eric Fafoglia with the Strong Foundations Group of Compass here in Great Falls, Virginia. I service Great Falls, McLean, the whole DC area really, and I work on an education-first approach using my 208-step selling process and 128-step buying process. All right, let's jump into July's data. All right, median sales price in Great Falls this month was $1.655 million. That's up about 0.3 year over year, so pretty much flat. Meanwhile, Fairfax County saw bigger increases, around 5% up year over year in the median sales price. So Great Falls compared to the county, not seen as big of increases, but keep in mind, that's not necessarily a bad thing. We're in a bit of a more balanced, high-end luxury market here in Great Falls, and things just can move a little bit more slowly. All right, the big standout is days on market. We're at 18 days on market on average for a property to sell. That's up 200% year over year. So pretty big jump from last year. Things may be slowing down just a little bit and balancing. But what's also noticeable is last month we were at 6 days on market. And now here in July, we're at 18 days. So kind of seasonal, July tends to be when things start to slow down. Same thing with August, and then they pick back up again in September historically. But nothing too alarming, just we're noticing homes are sitting longer. Sellers received about 98.3% of their list price when they sold, which is down slightly from last year. So what that's telling us is sellers are still shooting for the skies and buyers are coming in with a bit more realistic number. I think those days of, the markets 2020, 2021 and onward where things were a heavy seller's market here in Great Falls have definitely started to shift. We're now in a bit more of a balanced market. Sellers, it's time to take note. Only 16 new listings came on the market in July. That's down 48% year over year. That definitely is a big contraction year over year. But the notable thing is we sold 22 homes last month, which is up 69% year over year. So we're definitely selling through the inventory that we have. Active inventory dropped to just 65 homes on the market last month. That's down 34% from last year. Month supply now sits around 3.7 months of inventory. So if we weren't to have any more new listings, we'd sell out in about 3.7 months. That's down 45% year over year. So we're definitely in a smaller, more tighter market than we were this time last year. And new construction, well, only one sale on the MLS last month. That is down 50% year over year. Still goes to show that those new build construction companies that are selling speculative homes aren't as, ambitious as they were this time last year or even years in the past. We're seeing the cost of home building as well as rates kind of slow things down for builders. All right, so what does all that say for Great Falls? Well, we're in a low inventory, moderate demand market here. Fewer listings and steady buyer demand is definitely keeping things tight, but buyers are taking longer and are being a bit pickier with their home choices. If you're a seller, this probably isn't the time to test a really aspirational price, unless of course you're using an off-market strategy like private exclusive to list a home off-market to prevent those harmful days on market and of course price history. Serious buyers are out there, but they're really looking for that extra special home before they write an offer. Looking ahead, we are going to be watching the mortgage data as we head into fall. Last week, after we saw the labor data come in, we did see rates drop into the mid sixes from the upper sixes just this week. So that's great relief. We're hoping that it's going to continue to head lower as we head into fall and winter. We'll have to keep an eye on the data as well as what the Fed says in their next 3 meetings. For now, the market remains tight, but there are opportunities for both buyers and sellers out there. You just need to be prepared with an education-first approach. That's the latest for Great Falls, July 2025. I believe that if you're planning to move, a good decision starts with a strong foundation of knowledge. If you want to better understand what these numbers mean for you and your strategy, just give me a call or shoot me a text. I'm Eric Fafoglia, and I'll see you next month on the Foundation Report.